Since morning, there are so many messages pouring in from around the world, from devotees, from followers, for the people who are celebrating Christmas today in all the countries. Merry Christmas, Holy Christmas, Happy Christmas. I don't think this Christmas could have been any merrier, happier, and holier than what it is today and here. It's not holy because Jesus Christ was born 2000 years ago. But it's holy today because so many children got a new lease of life. They are reborn today in this very hallowed place. It is not merrier because we are all together celebrating the birth of the Christ who showed us the way of love and sacrifice. But it is merrier because here and now we are actually practicing that message of Christ in love and service to these little children and their families. And it is happier not because one person is happy, it is happier because so many of these parents who came with so much of sorrow, anxiety in their hearts are going back with so much of happiness in their hearts. And that's why this Christmas is happier than ever before. So wish you all the happiest, the merriest, the holiest Christmas that it is today. I don't have much to advise, much to preach, but I only have a few words of gratitude to all those who have worked tirelessly to make sure that this Christmas is special. To Dr. Ragini Pandey and her very, very capable, efficient, and hardworking team who have departed their ways from the clock and worked tirelessly round the clock. Our first and foremost gratitude to you, dear Ragini ji, and all your team of dedicated people. There are so many. I may not name them, but I nevertheless love them the same. Our Sarla Memorial team, which is a fledgling team of a neonatal kind of a hospital. It is just born and it is just coming out of a neonatal ICU, I would say. Because with COVID around and with so many difficulties, even to construct a hospital like this, which was done only in this year. And despite all the COVID difficulties, there are so many people who have worked behind the scene. So many engineers, so many technicians, vendors, accounts, finance, and all of them have worked day and night to ensure this hospital comes up in a very short time of 6 to 7 months and starts functioning. To all of them, my and our collective gratitude and gratitude on behalf of all those parents who are blessed today to have their children back in their arms. Our thank you to all those who have worked behind the scene to make this happen. And I would be failing in my duty if I don't express my gratitude to all the devotees and followers who on one call, for all those who know, in the month of March, there was nothing over there. And today we are in December, and from last 2 months, 2 sets of pediatric cardiac surgeries have happened. Last month it was by the team from Palwal, Haryana, and today it is the team from Sanjeevani, Raipur. And all those devotees who rallied around this cause, and they sacrificed much more than their means to ensure that this hospital comes up well in time and it's world class. With all the equipment, infrastructure, and all the manpower, it is a world-class hospital, and that is what our vision is. It's free, but it is world-class. Most of the time, free is kind of synonymous with substandard. But this is not so. We are free, but we are world-class. We are the highest, a gold standard, I would say, in healthcare. So to all the devotees and followers, once again, my heartfelt gratitude. My special thanks today to Dr. Padma, who made time to come here, and as somebody said, nobody comes here by their own will. No, it is a divine will that drives or draws people to this place. So be sure that you have been drawn to this place. She is here with us today, and I'm sure this is not the last visit. This is just the beginning of a series of visits and a lot of work that we will embark on together in all the fields that you mentioned and all the fields that we all are working. And child heart care or child itself is very dear to my heart, to the heart of all of us. And I firmly believe that every child has 3 fundamental rights: right to education, right to nutrition, and right to good health. These are fundamental rights, and it is the responsibility of the entire society to make sure that every child is able to exercise these rights. It's not just the problem of the parents, but it's the societal responsibility. And that is what we are working towards. Mother and child care is our forte. We are very happy to let you know, Amma, that in Telangana, near Kondapaka, very close to Hyderabad, we are coming up with a mother and child center. And I'll be visiting there mid-January to begin the services. And over a period of time, the hospital is going to come up. Right now, there is a clinic. So that will be our first footprint of healthcare in Telangana state. We are very happy to associate with you and all your team to ensure that in the Telangana area, in the Andhra area, we are able to serve many more children and mothers who are very much in need of this kind of services. So we assure you that we will work together to make this happen in a grander way, and we look forward to a lasting association with you. Thank you, Mr. Prahlad, for being here with us on this day. And I'm sure it was divinely destined that you should be here today to share these happy moments with all of us. Your speech was inspiring, and this is the future of our country. This is the future of the whole world which is sitting in front of you, and rightly you inspired them to work hard, because there are no shortcuts in life. There's only hard way, which is of hard work. And that is our culture, to work hard, to give more than our best. And I hope that our children have taken your words very seriously, and they will work hard in life, work with love, work with compassion to ensure that the problems of the world that are today are solved in innovative, creative ways, and everybody has access to these basic rights like health, education, nutrition. These are basics of life. So that is our responsibility as children of these institutions who have received much. Much is demanded from them. And therefore, it is demanded of you that you rise to the occasion and make sure that when a few years down the line, when we meet again, Mr. Prahlad should be proudly saying, we are not a poor country, we truly are superpower. I would like to hear it really from his mouth. That is the country we dream of. And you would also be very glad to know, sir, that we also already have a university in place. In fact, Sri Narsimurthy sitting by your side is the Chancellor of the Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. And it is perhaps the only university in the country which provides entire higher education free, along with boarding, lodging, and every expense, no fees at all. We have graduate, postgraduate programs in both science and humanities. We also have programs in Vedic studies, which is a unique program. It's a BA and an MA program. We also have a program in music and fine arts, dance, as well as Carnatic and Hindustani. We have diploma courses in Western music and various other different skill programs. We also have started a research program recently, and we are in the process of setting up the Incubation and Innovation Center at this place. So we would look forward to your valuable inputs in how to develop that. And our idea is to solve rural issues, rural problems being the main focus, how to provide solutions, simple, innovative, creative solutions to the rural geography of the country, which are cheap, which are easy to implement, which are, can be scalable and available to everybody who is in need. So we would really look forward to your association there. I invite you to be a part of the university's intellectual board, advisory board, to ensure that these ideas that you have are implemented. And again, it will all be free of cost to the needy. And that is our way, that is the way of our institutions. Amma told that you are the person motivating all these people. No, behind me there is a bigger personality. That is Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. It is his vision, his mission. I am an instrument. And as you said rightly from the Psalm of Life, lives of great men all remind us we can make our life sublime. And departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. The footprints of Sathya Sai Baba, footprints of love and service. These are the footprints that we all follow. And these are the footprints that are guiding us to our divine destiny. We are all walking in his footsteps, in his footprints, to reach not only the divine realization which is within, but also to realize that everything is divine, everyone is divine. I do not want to take more time than this, but I once again want to convey my heartfelt gratitude. And for all those who know me and who don't know me, I'm a little emotional person. It took a lot of effort for me to control my emotions today, seeing those little children come up. I saw them a few days ago. Mothers were anxious, children were, restless, and today they are all happy, unburdened of this great misery that they came here with. Does Jesus not say, "Give me all your burden"? That's what these hospitals are doing. They are very manifestation of the concept, the very spirit of Christ, which are unburdening people of their miseries, sorrows, difficulties, and giving them a happier, holier, merrier life. So I want to again thank everybody who is directly or indirectly a part of these institutions, who are working very hard on the stage, off the stage, to make sure every of these things happen. And I can simply say that I'm ever indebted to all of them for what they're doing for this cause of this mission. It's not my mission, it is not your mission, it is our mission. We are all together in it, and as we go forward, I look forward to more collaboration. We have a model called Sarkara, Samaja, and Samstha. These 3S formula where institutions like us, samsthas, should work with Samaja, the general society, the corporates, the various other institutions, and Sarkara, the government. Because together alone we can solve the problems of the world. None of us are capable of solving all the problems, but together we can achieve so much more. That is our thought process. Once again, wishing you all a very, very holy, happy, and Merry Christmas. And I'm very, very sad that so many devotees could not come here. There are a lot of restrictions, and so many devotees in foreign countries have sent their greetings to all the people here in the ashram. And on behalf of the ashram residents, I also convey our greetings to all the devotees around the world who are watching this program live in more than 30 or 40 countries at this time. To all of them, may you continue to do this good, and good is God. And if you want to find God, you must do good. That's the only way, that is the surest and the shortest way to find God within and without. That is the message of Jesus Christ. And as we celebrate his birth, we celebrate the rebirth of so many children today. May these happy occasions happen again and again. May we all come together. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkham aptoyat.